What's happening, everyone? Dr. Elena Morrison here from Senior Health Tips, and today I need you to listen like your life depends on it, because for some of you, it does. I'm going to talk about a warning sign that shows up in the most private part of your day, the part nobody posts about, the part most people laugh off, and the part that, in older adults, can sometimes be the very first alarm that something is seriously wrong. I'm talking about your urine, not the color, although we'll talk about that too. I'm talking about the smell, because if your urine smells a certain way first thing in the morning, especially if this is new, your body may be trying to tell you something before you collapse, before you end up in the emergency room, before someone says the words you never wanted to hear. Now let me be absolutely clear right at the start. A smell is not a diagnosis. A smell is not a guarantee. And I'm not here to give you panic. I'm here to give you power. But what I'm going to do is teach you how to recognize a pattern, an urgent pattern, one that doctors take seriously when seniors show up with it. By the end of this video, you'll know. Number 1, the exact smell that should make you stop and pay attention. Number 2, the most common causes, and why seniors miss the dangerous ones. Number 3, the pancreatic warning pattern that can hide behind diabetes symptoms and vague fatigue. Number 4, the exact checklist of tests to request, so you stop guessing and start verifying. And number 5, what to do today, not next month, not after the holidays, not when you feel worse. Stay with me until the end because I'm going to give you a simple plan you can follow step by step, whether this turns out to be dehydration, infection, uncontrolled blood sugar, or something that needs urgent imaging. And before we go any deeper, if you've ever watched someone you love get diagnosed too late because the warning signs were small, you already understand why this matters. Now, let's get into it. Part 1. This is not normal morning smell. If your urine in the morning smells sweet, fruity, or like acetone, that matters. Some people describe it as sweet like fruit, sweet like cereal, or like nail polish remover, or like a chemical sweetness that makes you pause. And here's the reason that medicine. That smell can happen when your body is producing ketones. Ketones are chemicals your body makes when it's forced to burn fat for fuel because glucose isn't being used properly. And ketones in small amounts can happen, but higher ketones, especially with high blood sugar, can signal a dangerous metabolic state called diabetic ketoacidosis, also known as DKA. And yes, seniors can end up in this state, especially with undiagnosed diabetes, poorly controlled diabetes, dehydration, infection, medication changes, or this is not internet folklore. The American Diabetes Association describes DKA warning signs and emphasizes ketone checking in certain scenarios. The CDC also describes DKA as a medical emergency that needs immediate treatment. So here's the first retention checkpoint. Listen carefully. If your urine smells sweet or fruity in the morning and you feel sick, weak, confused, very thirsty, short of breath, or you're vomiting, do not sleep it off. That's not bravery. That's risk. That's emergency evaluation territory. Because DKA is not something you treat with water, prayer, and hope. Before I give you the pancreatic warning pattern and the exact test checklist, if this is already making you realize how many small symptoms are actually big signals after 60, hit that subscribe button. On Senior Health Tips, I don't just tell you what's wrong, I tell you what to do next, step by step, in plain language. Now let's keep going. Part 2. Why this happens most often and why people miss it. Let's start with the truth. Not every strange urine smell is catastrophic. In seniors, morning urine can smell different for simple reasons. 1. Dehydration overnight. You slept 6 to 8 hours, your urine becomes concentrated. The smell intensifies. 2. Vitamins and supplements. Some B vitamins make urine smell stronger. 3. Certain foods. Some foods change odor. 4. Infection. Urinary tract infections can create foul odor, often with burning, urgency, frequency. But here's where seniors get trapped. They assume it's always one of these. They treat the symptom with water. They treat the symptom with cranberry juice. They treat the symptom with, let's wait a week. And sometimes that's fine. But sometimes especially with a sweet, fruity, acetone-like smell, your body isn't describing odor. Your body is describing chemistry. Your body is saying, I'm spilling sugar. I'm producing ketones. I'm not metabolizing correctly. And that's why you do not guess. You verify. Part 3. The metabolic mechanism. Here's what happens. Your cells are supposed to run on glucose. But if glucose can't be used properly because insulin isn't working well, or because blood sugar is extremely high, your body flips to a backup plan. It starts burning fat aggressively. Fat burning creates ketones. Ketones build up. And if they build up too much, your blood becomes acidic. That's why DKA is dangerous. It's not a smell problem. It's a blood chemistry crisis. And the reason I'm hammering this point is because seniors often misread this. They blame the smell. They don't look for the pattern. So here's your next checkpoint. If the smell is new and you also have more thirst than normal, more urination than normal, fatigue you can't explain, dry mouth, weight loss without trying, that's not getting older. That's a metabolic warning until proven otherwise. Part 4. The pancreatic warning pattern. What doctors watch. Now let's talk about the pancreas. Pancreatic cancer is feared because it's often found late, and I'm not here to terrify you. I'm here to keep you from delay. Here's what we know from major cancer organizations. Pancreatic cancer symptoms can include jaundice and related signs such as dark urine, color, pale stools, and itchy skin. Source. The NHS also lists jaundice with darker urine and paler stools among symptoms. Source PanCan lists symptoms including recent onset diabetes. Source. So the pancreatic warning isn't usually one smell. It's a cluster, a pattern. And the most important pattern I want seniors to understand is this. When the pancreas is under serious stress, sometimes including cancer, the body's blood sugar regulation can change. So in older adults, a sudden new blood sugar problem can sometimes be a red flag that demands investigation. Not panic, investigation. That means don't let anyone wave you away with, it's just aging. And don't let yourself wave it away with, I'll handle it, because this is the kind of disease where time matters. Not because you have a guaranteed deadline, but because earlier detection can change your options. Now I need to say something very clearly. Urine smell is not a reliable cancer test. MD Anderson specifically notes, foul-smelling urine doesn't indicate cancer in a way humans can perceive. Source. So we don't diagnose cancer by smell, but we do take serious patterns seriously, and that's what this video is about. Part 5. Patient Story. Let me tell you about a woman I'll call Margaret, 72 years old, strong, independent, the type who says, "Don't fuss over me." She noticed something small first. Her urine smelled different in the morning. Slightly sweet, slightly off. She laughed it off. Then she noticed she was thirstier than normal. Then she started getting up at night more. Then she started feeling tired in a way that sleep didn't fix. And you know what she told herself? I'm just getting older. I'm probably dehydrated. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Weeks went by. Then she noticed something else. Her urine wasn't just smelling different. It was getting darker, not because she drank coffee, not because she took vitamins. Darker like tea. Then she noticed itching. Then her appetite disappeared. Then she looked in the mirror one morning and thought, why do the whites of my eyes look yellow? That was the moment she couldn't deny it anymore. And when she finally got evaluated, it wasn't a little issue. It was a serious medical situation that needed urgent care and specialist follow-up. Now listen, I'm not telling you Margaret's story to scare you into thinking you have cancer. I'm telling you this because the most dangerous part of senior health isn't the disease, it's the delay. It's the weeks and months spent negotiating with yourself when your body was asking for help. Part 6. The 3-level action plan. Simple, practical, do this now. Here is what I want you to do, and I want you to do it in this order. Level 1, emergency level. If you have sweet or fruity odor plus any of these, vomiting, severe weakness, confusion, deep, rapid breathing, inability to keep fluids down, feeling like you might faint. Go get urgent evaluation. DK. A can be life-threatening and needs immediate treatment. Source, level 2. Same week doctor visit level. If you feel okay, but the smell is new and persistent, request a urine test to check for glucose and ketones, blood sugar testing, and A1C basic metabolic panel. And if you have any jaundice pattern signs, yellow skin or eyes, itching, dark urine color, pale stools, those are recognized warning signs requiring evaluation. Source. Level 3. Tracking level, if it's mild and you're stable. If it's likely dehydration, hydrate properly through the day. Limit dehydration triggers. But if it persists beyond a few days, test, because in seniors, wait and see is where problems hide. Part 7. What to ask for, so you don't get brushed off. When you see your clinician, don't just say, "My urine smells weird." Say, "This is new. I'm concerned about blood sugar and ketones. I want a urine test for glucose and ketones. I want blood sugar testing and A1C. And if you have dark urine color or yellowing, I want bilirubin and liver-related evaluation for jaundice pattern." Dark urine can be an early sign of can darken urine. Source. That single sentence changes the appointment because it shows you're not guessing. You're thinking clinically. Part 8. FX. Dr. Morrison, what if it's just dehydration? Great, then you will confirm it. Dehydration is the best case scenario, but you don't assume best case when the test is simple. What if it's infection? Then you treat it. Untreated UTI in seniors can escalate. What if I'm scared to find out? I understand, but fear doesn't stop disease. Testing gives you options, and options are everything. Part 9. If you remember nothing else, remember these combinations: sweet or fruity smell plus severe illness symptoms, emergency; dark urine color plus yellow eyes or skin, urgent evaluation; new blood sugar problems plus unexplained weight loss. Do not delay. And I'm saying that with compassion, not drama, because I would rather you be wrong and reassured than be right too late. If this video helped you, do 3 things right now. First, subscribe to Senior Health. Comment the word checklist, and I will pin the test list in the comments so you can copy it. Third, share this with one person over 60, because the most dangerous habit in health isn't sugar, it's delay. I'm Dr. Elena Morrison, and I'll see you in the next video.